properties. USB condenser mic, alright. Hey guys. Funny story. Today we're gonna be still trading. I bought a new 150k Apex account for today because for some reason I can't trade on TradingView at the same... No, come on, go away. Why is it automatically doing that? Apex underscore 45. No. Not letting me do that, and I can't execute on TradingView either. I found a little workaround, so let's see how we go today. I hope some of you, some people from Discord are able to join on the YouTube live stream, because if I go to Discord, it tells me I have been blocked. So I can't stream on Discord today. I still hope that a few people will make it to the live stream. So let's see. We focus on trading. It is almost 8 AM. Let's do some analysis. We do the 15-minute time frame. Let's see if we get a few people. Where's the link to the live stream? Where's the link to the live stream? Let's see. Alright, do our chart analysis first. We have new week opening gap and buy side above us. Let me get rid of most of the stuff. We do not need any of that right now. So on the 15, I'm gonna leave all these 5-minute fair value gaps if I'm honest. Hang on, no, get rid of them. Start fresh. New session, new luck. Alright, so here we have the open for this daily candle. Right here we have the midnight level just below the open. We have Asia session sell side. We have a new day opening gap from yesterday here as well. We swept the previous day's high, we swept this buy side, and we swept the Asian session high. Alright, so this is fixed. Asia session high. London buy side liquidity. This is currently high for the daily candle. So this way I can simply reference open, high, low, and close obviously is our current closing line. What else do we need? We have this week's new week opening gap aligned right here. We can measure today's dealing range from the Asian session high to the Asian session low. And we will find the consequent encouragement, 50% level of that right here. Daily range CE. No, I'm just going to leave it as CE. Alright, so on the 15 we open up with another bearish volume imbalance on the 5-minute as well. It is 8 AM. So let's see what this candle does first. I'm not in a hurry getting into a trade. I still have today, I will be executing on trader weight as well. Haven't done it at all, to be honest. That's why I'm using the new 150k account. I already took one trade from this bearish fair value gap here on the 5-minute time frame. This one right here into sell side. I already took that and I executed on trader weight, which was fine because I don't know. I'm having issues today with Apex and trader weight executing on TradingView. Could someone watching the stream one person should be watching. If you are on our Discord server, would you mind to share that we are live on YouTube? Because if I go to Discord, it tells me that I have been blocked, so I can't do anything. That's why we didn't do anything yet. This is so weird, I'm not used to... Okay, this is full screen, this should work. Alright, so... we have the Asian session high, we already swept that. We swept the previous day's high. Here is the consequent encouragement for the current daily range. We have the New York midnight level. We do not have news at 8:30. Our daily, no, that's the weekly candle. Daily candle looks something like this, or exactly like this. Here we have the open, low, consequent encouragement, and London buy side, which is currently high. So let's check it out on a 1 hour time frame. Why am I still blocked on Discord? It was good earlier, but I really want to let the people know that we are live streaming. Maybe I can quickly jump onto Twitter. Alright, let's see. Maybe a few people will find us. If anyone is watching the stream right now and is on our Discord server and can, like, share it quickly, that I'm live streaming on YouTube, because I am blocked on Discord. I can open it one more time. I heard a few people have that issue right now. It tells me that I have been blocked. Alright, so with all these changes, we're gonna execute on TradingView, on TradeAway today. Their web platform. I also have to do my analysis here on Google Chrome, otherwise it would take too long for me to switch windows. Alright, so 15-minute fair value gap. Now 1 hour fair value gap actually. We have another 1 hour fair value gap down here. Let's check the current 4-hour candle. The 4-hour candle is retracing. We seem to be leaving a potential fair value gap here. So let's go to the 1 hour and mark this up as a fair value gap. One hour. And that's exactly the reason why I didn't go in short at the 8 a.m. open. We just swept some sell side liquidity, and now we are moving out of this 1 hour fair value gap, but we can already see that if we go to a 15-minute time frame, it's also a 15-minute fair value gap. So let's get rid of this 1 hour marking. We do not really need that. We know this fair value gap is a 1 hour fair value gap period. There's only a tiny little 5-minute one or 15-minute one. Let's see. 15-minute fair value gap above us. Right here. We keep that on our chart as well. We just swept some internal sell side. We swept this low. Text. Center. And we also swept this short-term low. And once we've done that, we immediately push back to the upside. So we swept that sell side. If we drop it down now to A5, we can first of all refine all these lines and also refine the fair value gap. Alright, we swept that sell side and this sell side. And these two relative equal lows as well. We have buy side above us. We have this bearish 5 sorry guys, 5 minute fair value gap. Alright. Just filled up my bottle of water. Let's see. Mashallah, Kieran. Yeah, they have an outage. I'm banned currently, or blocked. I also have issues with TradingView. Funny business going on. Alright, so let's check these things out. We swept internal sell side. We shift market structure. Market structure shift bullish. If we close like this, we swept internal and we took equal lows one more time right here. So let me label this as, no, that's stupid. Quickly copy. Executing, I will be today on trader weight itself. Never done it. Just this morning testing it so I can get ready for the stream. Alright, another fair value gap that I went short from earlier. Right here. From here down the way till here. And then here I was practicing with trader weight itself. So first thing, we have our first inversion fair value gap. Let's see how this candle is going to close, because this could be a market structure shift. Keep in mind that we also have a 15-minute bearish in here. And all we could be doing is filling the bearish fair value gap to continue lower. While on a lower time frame, we already have that structure shift where we could potentially frame a run on stops to the upside, buy side. Four, 3, 2, 1. We open up with a bullish volume imbalance. We have a confirmed inversion fair value gap. Let me draw this one as a bearish one. This one as well. Higher time frames are conflicting right now, but let me measure everything out here quickly. So from here till here, yep, that's actually fine. So if we can buy one limit. Alright, first time executing on trader weight itself. Are we already filled? No, I don't think so. Where would I be able to manage my position? Should maybe sort that out before positions. Already got that tab open. Compact. Alright, go back to our chart. we open up with this volume imbalance, which is just another confirmation of how bullish order flow is right now, after we confirmed a market structure shift. Volume imbalance, there we have it. If you, a little trick, if the delay is any issue with on the YouTube stream, simply go to settings and modify the playback speed to 2. You should still hear me with regular like speed. We're pumping. I wanted to got, that's the issue with trader weight. I would have already entered if I could on TradingView. I placed my limit order, but yeah, it didn't get filled right here. So let's see, maybe I can do some of my analysis also on trader weight. But feels weird. Buy side. Here we had our market structure shift. We are starting to leave behind bullish discounts that we could retrace into to continue up higher. That's really all I'm trying to do. So I want to get in on this volume imbalance. I think we're going to leave that open. Now this volume imbalance is paired with, depends on how bullish we are going to close with this candle. Yeah, let's wait for that first. Still 2 more minutes on this bullish 5-minute candle. But we have this order block right here. These 2 down closing candles, which are also overlapping with the breaker block. So if I would be drawing orders in, we can see how many confluences we have from this area. That's really why I want price to come back, retest it. That's our 5-minute bullish fair value gap where we bounced out of or away from. I wanted to get that aggressive entry, but I might just be missing out on that. Let's see, if we manage to close above this bearish fair value gap, I enter on the inversion and I scale into my position. Let me measure this entire range so far. This is a 10-point displacement. Let's see. We have our limit order right here. We also have a inversion fair value gap soon to be created, starting from 4357.25. No, 4357.25 a quarter. Entry on this inversion, entry on this bullish fair value gap paired with the breaker, blah blah blah. If we get down till here, we will see what we do with the position until then. 30 seconds to go on this close. Let's see. Some people are getting onto the live stream. Yeah, today is the technical difficulties Friday. That's for sure. 15-minute chart. It's also going to close, and look what do we have right here now. A 5 and 15-minute inversion fair value gap. We do not open again with a new bullish volume imbalance. So right now I have my limit set right here on the volume imbalance, breaker block. Let's see how that goes out. If I try to get in here, a 5-handle stop. No, that's too much. I want to get in on a retracement. So now we also have perfect equal highs sitting here. I'd prefer if we get a retracement first and then, yeah, do something like this. Before breaching buy side. But seeing how bullish we are right now, yep, we are not getting that. We leave all these fair value gaps behind as breakaway gaps. The only good entry that would have come off the volume imbalance, but I'm just not that good at trader weight execution. Never done it, and I can't execute on the trading view for some reason today. Always throws me the arrow. What does it say? Too many requests? I don't know. Alright, so we swept that. I would be a fan of us not breaching. Hang on, let me pull this into perspective. The London session buy side, we have the new week opening gap and another buy side pool sitting above us. I would prefer us not to sweep this buy side before doing the retracement. If we sweep buy side first, I'm not that keen anymore to get into a long of these lower levels. This would be my current draw on liquidity, and therefore I'd like to see a little bit of a retracement for me to enter on. If I go to the 3-minute time frame, no, we're gonna stay on the 5. Let me check the 1. Five handle stop would put us all the way down till here. We're starting to get a rejection. Let's see. Our limit orders are set. Fair value gap. Let's wait for this candle to close and see what it does. Let's hope it's gonna go for a retracement or a pullback. 50% level is sitting right here at this candle's high. Two minutes to go. New 15-minute candle as well. Inside this bearish volume imbalance right here. But we could also just be pushing and leave this range for good. We spent this since 4 a.m. New York local time, so 4 hours basically. We consolidated in here on a 5-minute time frame. We went both up and down. I was lucky enough to get a short in from right here. Already captured 287. This is a new 150k account, so I'm working on passing that. I paid for it with the current Apex 90% discount. If we, yeah, I think they have the discount going until the 5th of October. So make sure to grab a Apex funded account for 90% off. I paid $31 for the 150k account, and I think that's damn worth it. They don't have the 90% discounts very often, so yeah, make sure to capitalize on that. 30 seconds to go. Let's see. If this candle stays like it is, I'm going to place a limit at 4358. 4358 by 1 limit. Do we close above? Let's see. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We do not. Perfect. So I get my first entry right here on this bullish fair value gap. Another one down here. And then we see how we go. Keep in mind it's Friday, the end of the week, end of the month, end of the quarter as well. Next Monday we're gonna enter the final quarter of 2023. Yeah, we might not even get a retracement after all. Nope, we go straight for buy side. That's okay. We can live with that. No chance for a good retracement. We displaced and went straight for buy side. That's okay. The only entry, as you can see, would have been the aggressive entry. I was about to take it, but yeah, I'm not used to trade await execution at all. Four three 5359.25. 4359.25. Preparing for it to become a inversion fair value gap. This is the idea. We haven't swept officially yet, but it's pretty obvious that this is going to be our draw on liquidity. We almost hit it. We just missed it by one tick. Let me put that to the right.
Order filled.
Alright, seems like we've been filled. We have a bullish fair value gap right here. Bullish fair value gap right here. And I'm really happy to scale into this position. So we can see we're filled with the first position. Question would be, where's my overview? I do not need the order ticket over here. Positions, orders, let me, maybe positions. Okay, I've got it. Cancel all, trade. Currently we're long on ES. Just making reference points. Nice, we're getting the pullback after all.
Order filled.
Second position filled. Here we have the inversion fair value gap, but I think I might. How can I get rid of this order? No, I do not want to place a new one. I want to positions, orders. Come on. Yeah, well, otherwise I will have to live with it. Orders. Yeah. Screw it. 4357.25. Yeah, we leave it on. At least now I know how to go through the orders. So right here I'm going to Alright, I just had a mate come over to my place. So let's see, we're actually running in profit. Nice. We're in with 2 contracts, so I want to sell one right here at the current high. Ah, nice, we open with a volume imbalance. I like that. Okay. I want to add positions, orders. That's what I wanted to add right here. Which order is still working? 4357.25. Let's leave it on for now. We have a sell limit, we have a buy limit. Has any one of the people watching used TraderWeight before, like their live platform? I'm getting used to it, but first time ever using it. Alright, so let's see. We map out this little volume imbalance. Another nice little sign for bullish order flow. Our entry came right here, and the last one, or the second one, has been triggered from right here. 3.5 handles. And my next profit target, I think, we will see how we trade through this new week opening gap. Let me mark up the 50% level. Alright, so we have our new week opening gap on the chart. Let's see if this god is working again. Nope, still not working. That sucks, but it's alright. Can we make the final push? So in 1.5 minutes roughly, we're gonna get a new 15-minute candle close. And I would really like for us to reach our first, our buy limit overall, because higher time frame wise, what could happen is we close the 15-minute candle and we leave behind this inefficiency. So price might want to, yeah, first of all, pull back before it wants to continue to clear our buy side. So let's see, we have 1 minute candle, 1 minute to go. Currently running in profit. I see, so if I do right click here, I can exit all at market. And if I want to go to a different time period, 15-minute chart, go back to the 5. $8.25, so that next candle is going to be the 8.30 candle. That's going to be interesting too. Well, we will find out. Let's see, let me quickly hit up Forex Factory. We have news at 8.30. Oh. Well, we're already in the trade, so let's see. 8.30 news coming in 4, 3, 2, 1.
Order filled.
All right, we got more filled.
Order filled.
Okay, there we go. Let me quickly sell one market.
Order filled.
Perfect, we're still on with one. Let me remove this limit order. We're still on the trade. I'm going to place a sell stop right here. I'm going to trail this. How can I move this? Ah, cool, I can't. Let's see where we're already pumping. Nice. Haha. Awesome. I never trade news, but yeah, of course, I welcome it. I welcome it. But I'm going to...
Order filled.
All right, well, this was good. Oh man, interesting. Well, that's why it's important. Like, news don't matter. News don't matter at all. At all. Who cares about news? You can see that all I did was my analysis. We saw the NVOG, we saw buy side liquidity. We had all these discounts, especially the new 15-minute discount. We just talked about it on our chart. And in the last 10 seconds, I checked Forex Factory and I saw, oh yeah, we have core PCE price index high impact news. What did we do? We got filled at the exact low of this candle and closed our positions. Of course, price could continue higher, but I also could care less. We made $1,000 profit on that new 150k account. I'm content with that. So let's watch price action actually here on our 15-minute time frame. This was awesome. Did anyone get into this trade, or maybe you were aware that we have news today? So if you did, good job. I'm not going to be trading my funded accounts today on TraderWeight. I'm just not confident enough that I can execute without mistakes here on the TraderWeight platform. I mean, yeah, it's alright, but could be better. I'm just too used to TradingView. So let's go to the 5-minute. We kind of been setting for that, setting up for that the entire morning. We swept buy side. That's done. We swept this high. We swept the London session high. Put that into the center. So, good question. What else do we have above us? Not much. If we go to the 15, we can see that all we have in here are inefficiencies. So let's see what price wants to do. But yeah, I'm just going to be tapering from here. I think I made enough profits for the 150k account for today. All based on this little 2022 model. We go from external liquidity once we swept that previous day high. Let me go to this TradingView chart. So all we did was we moved from external liquidity once we moved above the previous day high. All we did was chop. We left behind this range. And then right here before news, what did we do? We swept the low of this current range. We shifted market structure. We left behind inefficiencies. We entered right here at the high. We entered one contract right here. And the last order got filled inside of this inversion fair value gap. Yeah, and that's all it was. And afterwards, I found out that we have news today. And this just brings to show how important, yeah, your charting work is. Like, it's not 50-50 what news are going to do. And of course, yeah, you could look for fundamentals. So we saw the core PCE price index. Actual forecast previous was smaller than forecasted. Might be a good thing, bad thing. I don't know. But I know how to look at price and make sense out of it. And yeah, well, what more do you need to say? Played out perfectly. Because, yeah, really, what these market makers do is they have 8:30. They already moved price a lot during the London session. During Asia, we went down, then back up. So, yeah, really, their interest lays in, okay, trying to get as many people entering the market right here, fair value gaps, blah, blah, blah. Many people were short, had their stops above this level, maybe also above this level. We had the new week opening gap, but just before we get this explosive move up, they push it down, clear all that sell side, start buying, They bought here, they bought here, 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 and here, of course, even more. And as price went lower, shifted market structure, 830, opens up, retraces, and pumps into our target. Well, that was awesome. I enjoyed that. Did anyone else take this trade? Just curious. Did anyone else take this trade? 4 people are watching right now. Kieran, are you still watching? Well, this was kind of awesome. I am a fan of that. Secured $800 in profit, roughly, on these trades. I took an initial short of this bearish fair value gap right here. Why did I take it? I was already at the charts and I saw this 5-minute bearish fair value gap. And on the 1 minute over here, we had our, where was it? We had a market structure shift, did we? No, then I don't know. But let's watch current price action, that's more important. So we filled the inefficiency at 830. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue higher from here. But to be honest, oh no, it's not too bad actually. Swept buy side left behind a inefficiency here on the 1 minute time frame. What's it looking like on the 5? No, no chance for an inefficiency. We just have a rejection wick to the upside. Overall, I would still expect prices to continue higher. Center. We have this 1 hour bearish fair value gap that we just priced into. So this is gonna be my main area of interest, but you can see how big it is. We either like go through it right away, not like consolidating inside of it. But let's see. The most important thing for me now would be a 15-minute close and 5-minute close above the new week opening gap. And we see to be getting that. Let's see and clear up some of the drawings. Breaker block, we do not need that. That's all the stuff we referenced for the long. And if we go further to the left here, what do we have on the 5-minute time frame? Yep, we are getting a strong push. 5-minute bearish fair value gap. And another one right here, all inside that 1 hour. Bearish fair value gap. Yesterday during the stream, I was pointing out that we could see a bullish expansion. Bearish fair value gap. Bearish fair value gap. I'm not going to engage with price from up here. I will wait until the 9:30 New York open. What is the stream quality like? Is it lagging or let me check it. Is it lagging or let me check it. Is it lagging or because if it's lagging, I could close some tabs maybe. It works out better than Discord is. I'm still blocked on Discord, I guess. Yep. And we keep on pushing. So let's see, 15-minute candle is going to close in 3.5 minutes. This is going to be the 15-minute news candle. And we have all these inefficiencies, but really, yesterday we looked at this, or during Discord live stream I mentioned, okay, day 1 short, day 2 short, day 3 short. We had this sharp reversal on Wednesday. And then up until the New York session, all we did on Thursday was consolidate, accumulation, expansion, retracement, continuation. So I think today we are going to take out the current high of the week, which is Monday's high right here. We also have a unfilled new day opening gap. And since we are now back above the new week opening gap from the current week, yeah, we also could expect some support from here. We swept the SPY side. We're currently inside all these inefficiencies. From here on, it's just watching. I could have kept on holding that trade, but this would have been, anticipating that I exactly know what's going to happen. I'm really happy with that. Can't complain. $400 P&L, 287. Not bad. But yeah, my target for today would be high of the week, Friday's high. We will see. But as you can see, it's pretty obvious that now everyone on Twitter likes to make these. Where do we have that? Curve. That's the sell side of the curve. And what we're entering now would be the market maker buy model. Hope that makes sense. I'm pretty sure you've seen that already. So we have all this buy side that we left behind throughout the entire week. All we did was clear previous day and week low, previous day low, previous day low. We consolidate inside after day 1, 2, 3 shorts. Shift in structure. Asia is retracing. Push back above the midnight level. Swept all the internal sell side. Of course, it could have continued lower and also swept this sell side, but it didn't need to. Alright, 1.5 minutes to go until we get our first 15-minute candle close. Let me also draw in the 8:30 open, and then I will take a quick break. And I will be back in 5 minutes, something like that. We're in no rush this morning. We already secured during the news. Let's see. Secured. Stream seems to be running smoothly. Alright, so the 15-minute candle has closed. No, hasn't. Sorry, guys. But I think it's pretty obvious. We're closing very strongly. I think it doesn't make sense to watch on the 5 anymore. The only entry you could have framed would have been this bullish fair value gap. But it's hard to trust, especially around news time. You either position yourself ahead of news or you wait. 15-minute candle closed. We closed above buy side. Let's see how this 1-hour candle is going to close. I think that makes the most sense for now to watch that. But yeah, sell side, buy side of the curve. So yeah, we can expect every discount to be respected, like we did right here, and move to the upside. 1 hour bearish fair value gap. Yeah, let's see. I will quickly go on a break. I will be back in 5 minutes. Alright guys, I'm back. Let me find out if I'm still blocked on Discord. Quit the application here quickly. Oh, come on, I can access Discord on my phone. But for some reason here on my computer doesn't want to work. Nope. But at least I was able to let everyone know that I'm streaming on YouTube. Alright, this should be done. Guys, do you have any questions? Do you want me to ask something? Do an analysis of a specific pair? Because I consider myself really done for the day. But I'm still going to be streaming. We will find out how maybe I can resolve the Discord issue, but I don't think that's gonna happen so quickly. I will put my... No, I have to... That is so confusing. I usually never trade inside Google Chrome, so even just seeing this little box above the price chart, it's... I don't know. I don't like it. That's why I like the app, because then I have a full-size chart in front of me. And now I have to switch tabs here, and usually I'm only switching tabs if I'm checking out NQ. So, yeah. Well, I guess that's something new. Alright, so on a 15-minute time frame, what do we see? We close above the new week opening gap. Now we're starting to pull back. Not going to place a new trade. I'm going to secure the profits for today. Not really interested in that. I think 8:30 did its job. We had a injection of liquidity. Bam. And what they're going to do with that and how the rest of the day is going to continue, we will find out at 9:30. So up until then, there's really no point in taking a trade, at least in my opinion. So I would stay away until 9:30, definitely, on this account. And right here you can see that 90% off sale. So if you want to sign up for a Apex funded account, you can use my referral link. The link for that should be in the description below. Right here, the Apex Trader Funding account. If you click on this link, you support the YouTube channel and the free live streams. And yeah, otherwise that cut would go to Apex. So you're really not losing anything on this deal. And yeah, 90% off sales are rare. I know they always do 80%, but 90% off, they pay out. I can confirm that. And yeah, I think 90% from the 150k challenge. Where do we have it? 150k. It doesn't matter. I don't want to share this on YouTube. Awesome, thanks Ramora. I also pointed it out on Discord. I can access it on my phone, but I can't from my laptop. And I had another friend who's having that same issue on Discord, where it's telling him that he's blocked. So the only good thing that we can do now would be to journal our trade. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. We entered right here. We had an imaginary stop at 5 handles into buy side. Right here, this was our trade. 150k, 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 150k Going to take a screenshot of that, and I'm going to sign into Bentobook. That's the software I use for trade journaling. And we currently on Discord, I know it's should be still blocked. I wish I could show that now. But if you join our Discord server, we're currently doing a giveaway for a free month of the Bentobook trading journal. So let me actually add this Apex 150k. 150k initial deposit day. I got that this morning. Account number doesn't matter. 90% sale. 150. 90% sale. That should be enough. Where's it here? Apex 150k. And we're going to add a trade. We went long on Apex 150k, only ES1. 3 contracts. Now we first want to add that short to ensure continuity. First I took this short with my stop loss just above this high and my take profit target being just the sell side. It didn't look for much. I think I got another contract out here, so like this. We went short with 2 contracts. On this trade I made 250 at the screenshot. We can also use the trader weight image. Oh, trader weight is so weird. I'm so glad that we have access to TradingView. No, that doesn't matter. Let's get rid of this one. Alright, we add that trade. What did we have here? We had a game situation. We wanted to see a 545, but it wasn't really a 545. Fair value gap. Let me check that entry out again. Bearish fair value gap, that's all it was. Potential 2022 model, no. Fair value gap. No, we're gonna leave it at that. That was during the rollover session. 250, we will add that trade. And now we're gonna add a new one. This was the trade we took before the 8:30 news. We went long with 3 contracts on the Apex 150k, also on ES1. We are going to add the screenshot. Nice bounce off the new week opening gap. That's what we expected. Wanted to see this new week opening gap to hold support for the continuation higher. Did we hold support here? Yeah, no, it's hard to see. On the 2 minute we see inefficiencies. On the 1 minute, nope. So on the 2 minute we would have had a fair value gap right here, paired with the new week opening gap. But yeah, like I said, I'm not interested in engaging. We also, the next 5 minute candle is going to be a new hourly opening. So it's going to be interesting to watch this hourly candle as it's moving through this 1 hour bearish fair value gap. So if I use the video array for this 1 hour fair value gap, that's the fair value gap we're currently inside of. And we want to watch that 50%. Alright, but let's quickly 750. This was a game trade for the 2022 setup. We went long. Of a fair value gap paired with a inversion fair value gap. Tape reading session, New York session, and we add this to our account as well. Perfect. But let's see, we're actually up 1087.5, so let me add 87.5 to this trade. I'm sure that the first trade was $250. How much do I have to add now? 87.5. 837.5. Alright, so if we go to the Apex 150K, here's that little dashboard. I really like using that dashboard. Gives you very valuable insights. So if I go, for example, to an Apex account that I passed, let's see, we have to go to this entire year. Here you can see your P&L curve, what times, at what times throughout the day you're profitable, your account growth, most traded symbols, and what's most important for me, if this is this little calendar right here. You can see how much profit I made on each day. Really like that. So yeah, Apex 150K. I have a 9K profit goal on that. And we can also see that the 1 hour candle, the 8 a.m. candle, closed inside this bearish fair value gap. So it's going to be very interesting. Let's watch the 15. We have a new 15 bullish fair value gap now, 15-minute time frame. Let me get rid of all these drawings. Now we have 30 minutes until the New York Open. We're inside the 1 hour bearish fair value gap. I'm going to leave it on the chart like this. We already filled the 15-minute fair value gap here. So really what I'd be looking for is this fair value gap right here to hold support. So engaging right now, I'm not interested. We could go higher or lower from this point. So really there's no good entry unless we fill this inefficiency and continue higher. But even then, I'd be careful. This was the way better entry. And we caught that perfectly. So trade of 8, ES. I think we can't do anything else then. Watch price here. Let's take a quick look at NQ as well. We also had that pump. We kept holding on the bullish fair value gap right here. Where are we at from a higher time frame perspective on NQ? Oh, okay. We already took out the high for Monday on NQ. So we already have SMT divergence. NQ is much, much stronger than ES right now. Right here we had the sell side of the curve. Been looking at this. We broke out. This is Monday's high. We already broke that this morning during the London kill zone. And here is Friday's high. So if we go back to ES, we can see the same thing, just a little bit different. We have the high of the week. We have Friday's high. So NQ currently is somewhere inside of this range if we, yeah, compare the two side by side. So yes, clearly has more potential to run in my opinion. 15-minute time frame. It's 9 a.m. New York Open is happening soon, but a trade idea for me would be an entry somewhere inside this 15-minute bullish fair value gap paired with the new week opening gap. I would look for a proper entry inside on a 5-minute time frame, or maybe even the 1 minute. We will see about that. But for now, I'm playing it slow. It's slow. Alright, stream is still running. How was your guys' trading week? For everyone that's watching, if you want to share it in a live chat, feel free to do so. Was it good? Did you end up in profit? Or are you currently sitting at break even? For me, I had a pretty good trading week. My funded accounts are in profit after my little drawdown period over the past 2 weeks. Obviously, you just saw me with that new 150k Apex challenge. That's also in profit now. I bought it today. Immediately put it into, that's not even 1% profit, but well, good enough. Because you have to keep in mind, you only have a $3,000, $5,000 drawdown. Let's see. 150k for $5,000 drawdown. Yeah, okay. No. Trailing threshold. Right, so we're already inside the new week opening gap now, paired with that 15-minute bullish fair value gap. So we want to see what price is doing inside of this area. I'm not going to blindly enter. I do not want to trade my funded accounts anymore today. So the ones that are already funded, I still have that 150k. Also another 50k that I just bought today, but yeah, no, not really. I made profit during London, and I want to lock that in for the week. And same for the other funded accounts. So, and also another issue is that I can't execute on TradingView. I will likely have to wait until Monday. I'm always getting a error call saying that there are too many requests and TradeAway is failing to load. So yeah, all these things added up together, just a little indication that today might not be the best day to trade my funded accounts, the ones that are already funded. That's the consequent encouragement of this 15-minute fair value gap. And if we look at our most recent swing from low to high, our 50% retracement level would be perfectly aligned with the 8:30 open premium discount. This is today's dealing range. We still have Asia lows intact. It's pretty rare. And daily template wise, I could really see a short, a big short. Not that big, but yeah, to clear the Asian session low, at least. Because usually unless so there are two scenarios that I could see play out today or unveil themselves. So scenario one for me, let me draw it up in here. We have Asia, our Asia box, marking out a downtrend. Then we have our London box. We expand during London, and we only clear the Asian session high. So usually if London is only putting a new higher high in place, and New York, so far, New York open up somewhere here, put a new higher high in place as well. So this is our New York session here in orange. Most of the time what we see is either a dump down at New York open. So we see a downtrend. London doesn't clear the low. Let me quickly get rid of that. Made a mistake there. So like a fake out that we had at 8:30, sweep buy side, shift in structure, pull back, sweep the London session low, and sweep the Asian session low. What we do after that, we could still reverse and close as a daily bullish candle. Just because we sweep the Asian session low, yeah, doesn't have to mean that we're going to remain bearish for the entire day. And scenario 3 would be we leave the Asian session low in place without sweeping it, and this would be an expansion day then, in my opinion. So we are going to only go up today, continue higher, 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 or we sweep internal sell side first before we continue to rally. Alright, so we tapped into the 15-minute bullish fair value gap paired with the new week opening gap. Once we tap into it, we immediately get a rejection wick. So we keep that in mind. We swept the high right here. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's 9:10 now. We still have 20 minutes until the New York Open. I already talked about my plan, what I could see play out. It's either going to be a straight day up, and we maybe get a TGIF opportunity if we check out the current weekly candle and hide everything. We see that this week is going to likely close as a doji or a bullish pin bar. So we already, currently, weekly candle is bullish. We can mark out that weekly open. That's new week opening gap. Scratch that. We filled the inefficiencies. We will see. 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Yesterday during the stream I caught this head and shoulder setup and we rallied, played out perfectly. Today we've sort of formed some sort of a little trend line. We broke it, consolidated at 1 a.m. We started pumping until 3 a.m. From 3 a.m. on, the only thing we did was go through the previous day's high. Then we went sideways, and everyone who tried to force a long or a short during that sideways period got chopped. New week opening gap, 50% of this fair value gap, lining up with the low of the new week opening gap, which is the weekly open. Yeah, I'm not going to engage until after 9:30. Do you guys have any... what about thank God it's Friday? So, thank God it's Friday is very likely not in play this week. Hang on, let me show you why. Because the week is not setting up for it. So thank God it's Friday works if we have a... So like for example last week we had on Friday we saw, okay, we had a strong bearish candle. We continue lower, 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 lower. And if we go back to last Friday on the daily candle, right here, last Friday, Thursday, Friday. This was last Friday. So we already saw that this weekly candle is a pretty bearish one. And the interesting part, or if we compare it to the current week, there's no place for a thank God it's Friday setup because the candle is likely going to, yeah, close as a pin bar. So the only, it's not a thank God it's Friday setup by definition. We need a very strong bearish week. And if we see that towards the end, maybe during the PM session, that's usually when it happens during the PM session, we wait for a reversal setup at the low of the week. So while you're on that lower time frame, you wait for that reversal setup at the current low of the week. So you watch the weekly chart, you map out your low, and somewhere between, or like for example here, somewhere between this low and this close, you likely saw your little reversal setup, your 2022 setup, and this was a 30-point wick. And this is your scalp. So this week it's going to be a lot harder because we didn't have a clear moving weekly candle. So right here it's simple. The entire week has been bullish. And towards the end of the week, we get the rejection. Same here. Same here. Bearish, only a tiny little one. On dojis, it's hard to predict. It could be a up closing, down closing doji. But let's say if the current weekly candle would be somewhere down here, and during today's PM session, so after 1 p.m. New York local time, we see a 2022 reversal setup or a head and shoulders, whatever, we could trust it because most of the time that weekly candle is going to leave a wick like it did here, here, right here. This was last week's thank God it's Friday setup. Not a very good one. I think we only had a range of 5 points. This would have been a good one, or this one where we see that entire week push up, push up, push up. So the only opportunity for a thank God it's Friday setup that I could see play out this week would be if now during the New York AM session we get a really strong push. So I want to see that real strong push to the upside, and it should hold until the PM session. If it does that, then maybe around 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. during power hour, if we see a reversal setup, a bearish reversal setup, I would like to take that. Because, only if we, towards the PM session, we see that strong push to the upside, it's holding, and then towards the end of the week, month, quarter, day, we get that reversal setup. I would trust it enough to go short because this would likely form our upper wick in this case, but only if we get a up closing candle. So we check the weekly chart before we hit the PM session. We see currently we have no upper wick and only a huge wick to the downside. What I would expect then is that between 2 and 2:30, 2 and 4 p.m. New York local time, we will likely pull back on the weekly, maybe 10 or 20 points, and close like that, leaving behind this little wick. And in here, you try to scalp the thank God it's Friday short. I hope that made sense. Can you elaborate on what ICT calls the breaker, for example? Is breaker the formation between 7:51 until 8:06? Let me check that. 7:51 until 8:06. Let me go to the 5-minute time frame. $7:51. I guess you're referencing the 1-minute chart. Yes, so if we look at this example, yes, that would be a breaker block, but I would prefer looking at the higher time frame one. Maybe even a 15-minute. Yeah, that should work better. It's easier to explain it this way. because you want to make sure that you use a proper swing point, because 1 minute breaker blocks don't always end up to hold. So basically all a breaker block is a high, low, higher high. That's really important. You want that higher high followed by a lower low. Then we go back up to make a new higher high. And then think in terms of support and resistance. Maybe you learned support and resistance before you stumbled upon ICT-Concepts, because all it is, it's old resistance turned into support. So in terms of support and resistance, we would have drawn resistance right up here. Let's only use the wicks in this example. Now let's use that entire wick. This would have been our resistance area. And if we see price get back into that, we would have expected price to continue lower. But because we pushed through it with momentum, we now expect support from this area, because old resistance has been turned into support. And this is the idea behind a breaker block as well. We make a higher high. So short-term high cleared. We sweep the short-term low. We could look at both of these as the short-term low here on a 15-minute time frame. Short-term low cleared. So we move up, clear buy side or previous day's high. We pull back. We make a higher high. We pull back, form a new low, make a higher high, and then we clear both of these short-term lows. So now the question is this a market structure shift or isn't it? Right here in this example it isn't. We form a lower low, but immediately this plays back up to the upside. So we can only look at the highest up closing candle as our breaker block. So this would be our 15-minute breaker block. But we can also use the array of consecutive up closing candles, which would be this one. I like to refine it to the highest up closing candle, so this would be my breaker block. Also aligned with the 8:30 open. If we drop it down to a 5-minute, maybe we can refine it a bit more. No, that would be fine. Highest up closing candle, we close above it, we use it as support again. That's what we want to see. But it's old resistance turned into support. I can also explain it just with lines and arrows. We're in a downtrend. We make a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. This could go on forever in a perfect world. What we want to see now is a market structure shift. So we break our most recent lower high, like this. And then right here we have a confirmed market structure shift. Initially we would have expected resistance here. So our old resistance area now is turned into support, which would equal our breaker block. And we look at the highest up closing candle, or if we have a array of consecutive up closing candles, we could look also at these. And now what we would expect, especially if we have a bullish fair value gap paired inside this area, like this for example, to expect the breaker block paired with the bullish fair value gap to hold support, to continue to deliver into higher prices. But all it is, it's old resistance turned into support. Now if we flip it around, old support, and has been turned into resistance. Yeah. And then there's a special case like the one we just saw. This would be the reversal setup. But right here we saw a uptrend, higher highs, higher lows. Let me zoom out here a little. And then we swept our most recent lower lows. We immediately push back to the upside. Now if we pull back, this would be the unicorn setup basically. Fake people out, continue into the correct direction, pull back, hold, continue to the upside. Then we would also have our breaker block right here. breaker block because it's breaking away from it. It's breaking through old resistance. Now holding support. It's just a fancy word for support turned into resistance, in my opinion. It's 9:20, so 5 more minutes until the New York Open. So an easy way to look at, breaker blocks. So right here, for example, if we break it down to a lower time frame, we're in a fractal downtrend. We form lower lows and lower highs. Lower low, lower high, lower low. Right here we shift market structure. We swept a short-term low, equal lows actually. So we look at our highest up closing candle, which would be this one right here, as our breaker block. Old resistance, we close above it, turn into support. We haven't used it so far. Every time you see a reversal model, you have that opportunity. So like for example right here, uptrend, we form lower lows, lower highs. So on a higher time frame, this is just a little pullback, maybe a wick. And what do? We displace. We leave behind a fair value gap. Right here, we have the New York midnight level aligned with this bullish fair value gap to potentially hold support. And now what do we look for? Our highest up closing candle, which would be this one right here as our breaker block. And now we have 3 confluences inside of this area. So yeah, we could easily go long on that. We not just have a fair value gap here. We have old resistance turn into support after closing above it. And the New York midnight open level, which should also be treated as support. We have a strong displacement. We pull back, we continue higher. Pretty simple. No worries. Alright, everything we did after, 10 minutes of pumping was consolidate. We are still inside that new week opening gap. Right here to the right, we're above consequent encouragement of the 15-minute bullish fair value gap that we also have paired with this. I like how we only had wicks into the new week opening gap. This is really confirming that price is really bullish right now. Candles are holding up high while wicks retest lower prices. We already tapped the 15-minute fair value gap paired with the new week opening level. We didn't reach the breaker block on the 15. So I wouldn't be surprised if we simply continue higher, because NQ is already somewhere inside of this range, relatively speaking. It already took out Monday's high. So let's see. We have New York open in a couple of minutes. One minute to go until the New York Open. Let's see what we're gonna get. Gonna watch it right here on our 15-minute time frame. I want to wait until 10 a.m. because I also think we have news at 10 a.m. New York local time as well. Yeah, 10 a.m. I already anticipated this news pump, so caught one of them. I have no interest in trying to catch another one. 2 out of 2 would be pretty lucky. 1 out of 2, that's good. We open on the 15-minute time frame with a new volume imbalance to the upside. But keep in mind we're still inside the 1 hour bearish fair value gap. We keep holding support around the new week opening gap, so we would like to see that continue. So we move from external, the current high of the day, into internal. Right here we would have our market structure shift. And if we get our close below this candle, of course, yeah, we're still inside that 15-minute bullish, but this would be a bearish market structure shift. We would look for the lowest down closing candle, which would be easy to identify. This one right here, which would become our breaker block. To potentially run out the London session low and the Asian session low. But it's a, yeah, long distance. If we look at the regular trading hours opening gap, we can also see it's pretty big. Right here is where we closed. That's where we opened. Inside this inefficiency. Of course, yeah, like I said, we could have a expansion day, like we had here on Monday, an expansion day to the downside. We didn't even care about this gap. But we could also fill it and then continue back up. We will see about that. But keep in mind that we have a big regular trading hours opening gap. From here to here, 31 points. So let's see if we shift structure here. I don't like trading via a browser. I prefer doing it in my TradingView app, but I can't, unfortunately, because there's some issue with the trader weight connection. And if I want to execute, I have to do it inside the trader weight application, but I still like to chart using the app. And because I'm only using one monitor, yes, I'm only using one monitor, one big screen to trade. I don't need 5 or 6 monitors if I'm only trading one pair. If I want over like stimulation, yes, I could get myself 4 monitors and watch all currency pairs and indices at the same time, but I prefer focusing on one, mastering one, and then can always expand to more assets, but why would you? So it looks like we are going to get our market structure shift here. After all, keep in mind, what I don't like about this market structure shift is that we're still inside this 15-minute inefficiency. And that we have a breaker block to support us for the unicorn model. And because I already made my profits today, all I would be interested in would be a paper trade. To test if this YouTube model will play, because right now we have conflicting. No, so we see on a 5-minute chart we didn't close below. On a 15 we repriced this inefficiency. So let's see if we want to continue higher, and yep, we immediately get that push. All right, 15, 5-minute. Let's watch and see. We had a market structure shift, but not confirmed on the 5. On the 1-minute, we had a confirmed market structure shift. Here we would have our bearish fair value gap paired with that. That's the 50% level of the current 15-minute fair value gap. Let's wait and see. I'm going to the bathroom quickly. Hope I'm not going to miss out on too much. All right, I'm back. As we can see, we're still piercing into that 15-minute bullish right here. We're at the 8:30 pump, leaving behind a inefficiency overlapping with the new week opening gap. This could be the unicorn model. We almost touched the breaker block, not just yet. For the continuation higher. On a 5-minute, we swept internal sell side. Let's see, wait these 30 seconds if we get a confirmation. Close below this short-term low. If we do, we could be looking at a potential reversal setup, but that's exactly the thing. Why doesn't every reversal setup play out? Because right here, we're stuck between two reversal setups, where they fake out to the downside, this plays to the upside. So we could be holding this breaker block as support, paired with the new week opening gap, paired with this breaker block and the 15-minute fair value gap. Or, yeah, we ignore that. So yeah, we're conflicted, 50-50 between two PD arrays. I don't really like to engage in these scenarios. We didn't close below, but we continued to deliver lower. On the 1 minute, we also missed that bearish fair value gap. But we're pushing lower, and we can see that we now have touched the breaker block. So I will wait for this 15-minute candle to close to confirm if we're gonna go long or short. So we're going inside there. Yes, this week was all down days, but well, next week it's gonna be a tough one to trade. We have red photo news every single day. And weekly template speaking, we had the reversal set up on Thursday, Wednesday to Thursday, Wednesday PM session, Thursday right here. So, well, I think we're gonna close with an up close daily candle, in my opinion. Don't think we're gonna run all this today. I'm still leaning towards higher prices. That's why you didn't see me enter on my Apex account. And also because I already secured $1,000 on that 150K. I want to see invalidation. So if we close below that first 15-minute bullish, close back below the new week opening gap, maybe even close below the 8:30 opening, then yes, I would look for lower prices because we have our higher time frame point of interest, which would be this 1 hour bearish fair value gap. But as you can see, it's conflicting. We could frame an easy long off this breaker block to continue higher, paired with the new week opening gap. And we could frame an easy short from this bearish 1 hour fair value gap after sweeping buy side with a lower time frame market structure shift. That's conflicting. And that's usually when you end up losing. So if you are aware of that, it might be better not to participate. Alright, 50 seconds for this candle to close. Where do we close? Do we close below the 15-minute bullish fair value gap? Or will we hold? experience, and from experience, yeah, I don't know, I don't like it. And we kept on holding that 15. We have a 15-minute structure break as well right now. So if we go to the 5, we have a 5-minute confirmed break in structure at the high of the day. We have a bearish fair value gap. We retested the breaker block for the unicorn model. I think we're gonna continue higher, but don't take my word. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. If we invalidate all this, yeah, I'd be leaning more towards the short side. But first we have to do exactly that. We want to invalidate the long, and the long is not yet invalidated in my eyes. We had a 15-minute bearish break in structure, but we had a 15-minute break in structure here as well. So right now we have the unicorn setup in play, continuation setup. Of the breaker block ideally. And we also have the 2022 model in play after this break in structure, pullback, continuation lower. I can frame both here, and that's the issue. You could toss a coin, but we're not doing that. Still holding that breaker block. Can I draw boxes here? Data box, drawing tools, shapes, rectangle. So we look for that highest up closing candle, which in my opinion would be these two. This is our breaker block. And this is our breaker block for the model to the downside. Right here. We swept the high. Right here. Come on. Yeah, who cares? You can't make a straight line. that 0.1. There we go. Now we have a straight line. Cool. That just took ages. Not used to the trader weight platform, so. But yeah, we cleared that short-term high. Have a shift in structure, so this is going to be our breaker block. We could refine it to the lowest down closing candle right here. We have a fair value gap right here. This is our break-in structure. Come on, trader weight charting really sucks. You have to reduce it down to a bare minimum. So yeah, we could do both. We have this breaker block from this market structure shift after having cleared these lows. Right here. We swap this low. And we swap this short-term low. Right here. Then we had our bullish market structure shift. Nah. Thank God for TradingView. We cleared this sell side, shifted market structure, so old resistance flipped into support. That's what we're currently doing. So for me, this would be this candle mainly. But we can look at the highest up closing candles. So yeah, this is why right now it's best to stay out. We're in between two order blocks or breaker blocks. Of course, you could guess. I mean, it's always better to sell at the high of the day. That's where we're currently at. If we look at the entire day, this is our day so far. Always be good to sell high and buy back low if you anticipate that. But if you don't, it's best to stay out at this point in time. Let me head over to TradingView. We still hold that breaker block. We kept on holding the 830 level. We are back below the new week opening gap. Let's check the 15. 15-minute candle is going to close in 7 minutes. So we will just watch it until then. Let me zoom in here. Yeah, that should be fine. NQ is also pumping. And yeah, keep in mind we have news in 7 minutes. Let's see. We're starting to get that bounce. NQ is pumping. So NQ is only going up, while ES is doing this. So it made that pullback back into the breaker block. YM is dumping. That's usually a good sign to not trade on this Friday. So we see YM dumping. RTY, yeah, stuck in between. ES stuck in between. And NQ pumping. Very conflicting. Let's see what the 10 a.m. news will do. But once again, NQ bullish. 9.15, 9.30, retraced into the fair value gap, continued to deliver higher immediately. And if we zoom out, yep. So I just want to, yeah, emphasize the difference between ES and NQ right now. So right here we had the current high of the week. This was the high for the month, for the daily candle on Monday, the high of the week. This was Friday's high. We already swept that to on NQ. Market maker sell, market maker buy model. Fair value gaps, hold price. Next buy side for me would be the high on Thursday, but really, yeah, no, this buy side on NQ at 15.11.2. But yeah, so now remember this: Monday's high, Friday's high, and now we go over to ES. And what do we see? Monday's high, Friday's high, current price action. So while NQ is playing somewhere at this level, relatively speaking, of course, ES is still below Monday's low and Friday's low. Once again, NQ above, ES below. And YM similar to NQ. RTY, yeah, that's different anyway. I don't even know why I have it in my watch list. Don't trade it anyway. Might as well leave it. So let's go to the 5 minute and turn on our charts again. So earlier we said that, yeah, we had this bearish 2022 model, but we are currently following the unicorn setup. We swept sell side, market structure shift, breaker block, pulled back into the breakup to the 8.30 open, and now we're starting to get a bullish move to the upside. And remember, relatively speaking, that's the high of the week, that's Monday's high, and that's Friday's high. We still have plenty of room for ES to move. Let's wait for the 15-minute candle close. That's going to happen in 2.5 minutes. We repriced this entire 15-minute bullish fair value gap paired with the new week opening gap, paired with this breaker block, paired with the 8.30 level. That's why I said I want to see confirmation that we're going to hold support here, and then I continue with a scalp to the upside. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. This is a 1 hour bearish fair value gap. Stuck in between PD arrays. And in 2 minutes we will also get news. What I would anticipate is, yeah, higher prices with the news candle. But we already traded news here at 8.30. We made good amount of profit. So I'm not really interested in continuing on trading on this account, really, if I'm being honest. Maybe I switch accounts, but I'm also happy if I call it a week, leaving it like that. So the 10 a.m. news will give it away. So we wait for it. We keep on pushing. We're in that last minute of this 5:15 and 1 hour candle. 4 hour candle. 10 a.m. is also a new 4 hour open. So if we get a super explosive move, it's gonna do it now. With news, with a long setup potentially playing out with the breaker block. That's the unicorn setup. Targets, high of week at 4384 and Friday's high. And if we're not bullish, yeah, we're gonna reject off this 1 hour bearish fair value gap and continue to clear London and Asia sell side. Let's find out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open up with a volume imbalance to the upside. Right here. Close, open. We have buy side residing above this high. Then we want to see a strong push through this 1 hour bearish fair value gap. Move towards the new day opening gap we left behind. When Tuesday opened up, from Monday over to Tuesday. And then move towards the high of the week. If we continue to consolidate, I am going to call it a trading week and enjoy Friday. No further interest. I secured, I got what was mine today. What else could I ask for? Did anyone jump on along? I mean, we laid it out. I said that it's 50-50 because we also had the potential for a short 5-minute market structure shift at the high of the day. Close below. For the continuation lower, but I said, yeah, 50-50 because we have a higher time frame setup that is in play, this unicorn model. And I would prefer that to hold for our time frame, not also the 4-hour candle open up with a bullish volume imbalance. We really want to see that push now. Can watch it on A5 or no, let's watch it on A15. Back above the new week opening gap. Do you guys have any questions? Something for me to talk about or answer while we're watching price here? Feel free to ask me. Let's see if I can log into Discord. Log into Discord. Discord. Open Discord. Hey, it's working again. Awesome. So let's keep on watching price. We still want to see the break above this high. A strong push through the 1 hour bearish value gap to continue towards the high of the week. If we quickly switch through charts, YM, what's YM doing? YM is still bearish. Well, if you'd ask me, be sort of the perfect pump, dump, bearish fair value gap. We just tapped into it. And Q continuing to go higher. Next buy side target, like said, 15,112. We're already above Friday's high and Monday's high. The S is still creeping below these two levels. We already caught a very nice move after this initial market structure shift right at before 8:30. I was not aware that we have 8:30 news today, but this just brings to show how well it is important, but price always comes before news in my opinion. I just did my analysis here on stream, and because I can't execute on the TradingView app with TraderWeight, I'm experiencing some issues. I decided to use the TraderWeight web app and TradingView itself. And yeah, I just did my analysis. We cleared short-term lows. We shifted market structure. We left behind a breaker block, inversion fair value gap here to the left. We had this London session buy side that I wanted to target and this buy side. And that's pretty much exactly what happened. And I just saw this massive news pump and I got out, scaled out on that new 150k Apex account because Apex right now has a 90% off sale. I only paid $21, 31, I don't know. I don't remember for the 150k account. It's worthwhile, definitely. Better than just paper trading. You can test your skills already on a funded account. And if you want to support the channel, you can use the link here on Discord or in the comment section below. Right here, that's the Apex Trader Funding link. And all you have to use is the discount code SAVE, all in capital letters, 90, and the discount will be applied at checkout. Bento book, we already journaled the trades. Let's see. We still didn't manage to push above. So if we continue to push, I would expect this fair value gap to hold. But this seems to be a typical Friday. I'm logged in on the paper trading account. I'm trying to get in long here, anticipating higher prices paired with the new week opening gap. If we see this fair value gap fail and we continue lower, we don't just have very strong bearish SMT divergence between ES and NQ, because NQ clearly made a higher high, lower high on ES. Well, where's ES1? There. Let's see. Looks like that's not going to hold. And I'm only paper trading because, in my opinion, this is not perfect trading conditions. I secure my profits for the week, and I'm content. Doesn't seem to be holding. Let's check the 15. 15 had a nice bullish push, but we immediately reject again from this 1 hour bearish fair value gap. So, as of right now, we're still stuck between two PD arrays. This 1 hour bearish fair value gap, the breaker block from our unicorn setup. We cleared short-term lows, shifted market structure to the upside in an uptrend. We pick up some fuel to continue to deliver higher. We hit a higher time frame point of interest. We have SMT divergence between ES and NQ. But yeah, I would like to see a confirmation. I would not be afraid to get in somewhere around this level if I want to see continuation for shorts, but in between here, I hope you guys see that we're forming a sandwich. We have the new week opening gap being our ham. Then we have our bread, 2 slices of bread, one above, one below. We have some butter on it as well at the 8:30 open. Everything's, yeah, glued up. We have the opening for the weekly candle right here at this level. This other dashed line. It's being our salad. And if we look at the weekly chart, we see right now we're forming a doji. There's no clear direction on the weekly. Oh, my paper trading executions. Let me get rid of that quickly. So yeah, it's a tough one where we're gonna close. It's much easier to decide that on a very strong bearish candle. If we look at daily chart, well, I'd say we would is that the daily ES1 chart? Yeah, correct. Monday, Friday, Monday up closing candle. Tuesday was the big bearish day. Wednesday doji. Then we consolidated inside Wednesday's range during Asia and London. During New York, we broke to the upside. Here we had the PM session reversal after continuing down the entire day. Reversal model. Push back up. Little drop. And we close. Then we consolidated inside Wednesday's range for Asia and London. From the low of the day. And we push up. And now, yeah, we seem to be continuing. So yeah, based on the daily, we have an order block right here, bearish order block, this up closing candle, in this row of, yeah, down closing candles. We're at the end of the quarter, keep that in mind. So today's close is going to be pretty impactful. It's the close of the monthly candle. If we check out the monthly, look what we have right here. The first bullish fair value gap on a monthly candle in 2023, basically. At the beginning of the week on Monday, we already swept this low. We continued lower, lower, lower into this 1 month fair value gap. On Wednesday, we had the reversal. We continued to consolidate, and now we're getting this continuation push on Friday. It's hard to tell. If I would trade my own funds now for the New York session, I would look for a quick in and out scalp. Nothing more, nothing less. You can see we, so far, the 9:45 candle and the 10:15 candle stayed inside the 9:30 opening candle, and we had news on this candle. Keep that in mind. So far, bodies were inside of our 9:30 opening range. Come on now, all the drawings are activated. But you get what I mean. If we see a clear break above with a fair value gap retest, yeah, we already decided for a direction, then it's easy to jump in on the trend. I prefer that. We see a clear break, pullback, continuation. Much easier to trade than being somewhere in here, not really knowing where it's going to go to. 50-50, that would be. We have both PD raise to the upside and downside, resistance and support. We're stuck in between. An ICT sandwich. Do you guys have any questions regarding ICT-Concepts? I'm going to be streaming for another 8 minutes. I already secured my profits for today, so if you have, just drop it in the chat. There's no shame. We all start somewhere. And I'm not the biggest fan of ICT myself. I don't like his Twitter spaces and all that stuff. I like, yeah, the rebranded stuff. Fair value gaps, the models. It's nothing groundbreaking, nothing new, but I learn it, and I like to frame my bias using these concepts. In the end of the day, it's not better than support and resistance, not better than indicator-based trading, even though the only thing that I don't like about indicator-based trading is that indicators most of the time are abstractions of price. So price always moves first, and only once price has moved, the indicator makes its move, basically. Most of them are not repainting, but they are delayed. Like, for example, if you wait for a EMA crossover, a bearish one, price already had to drop prior to the EMAs crossing over, or same for the stochastic RSI. But you get what I'm trying to say. But if you invested so much time in studying these ICT concepts, then you just stick to them. It's not the holy grail, but it's a good way how you can look at price action and frame your bias. That is pretty precise. And that's all we want. That's all we need. So let's see. Obviously, we didn't hold support on this bullish 5-minute fair value gap. We're still in between. This is really annoying. I don't like watching that. If I see something that I don't like, I usually just walk away. Good morning, FL Trader. Nice to see you here. It's almost the end of the stream. It's unfortunate. I started streaming at 8 AM. And right at 8 a.m., what did we see? We had this break-in structure. We just swept short-term lows, internal sell side after sweeping external. So we moved from external to internal. Why did we do that? Because all we did was clearing, hang on, short-term high cleared, and one more time, short-term high cleared right here. So we only cleared buy side. We never cleared the short-term lows that we have left in place. Not here, and also not here. All we did was continue to deliver higher. The first time where we cleared a short-term low was right here from this failed swing. Higher high, higher low. Couldn't push up higher. And it failed, it broke. I got my first entry on my new Apex 150k account in. Right here on this bearish fair value gap, anticipating exactly that. We sort of had a little trend line here, and yes, I use trend lines. I like to combine the best of both worlds. I saw all these short-term lows being left behind, equal lows right here. We pushed back in, leeway inefficiency. We failed to go higher. I got in short and secured my profits on the way down right here. But I wasn't live streaming at this point in time, just trading by myself. And after I saw all this internal liquidity swept, we rejected, we pushed back up, we made another lower low, then we displaced. Market structure shift confirmed on the 5-minute time frame. We continued to push. We ignored all these bearish fair value gaps we had to the left. It's a bit distracting. Let's turn it off and focus on more clean price action. We had this inversion fair value gap. We had our breaker block right here. We had this inversion fair value gap. This one stands out. Why? Because it offered resistance, has been respected very well by the candle bodies, and delivered into a lower low until we pushed through it. So we have an inversion, another inversion, paired with a bullish fair value gap, paired with a volume imbalance, and another inversion fair value gap. We closed above. We kept holding resistance. And the funny part about this, if you watch the live stream recording later on, I wasn't aware that we had 8:30 news. I just looked at the chart and I wanted to see higher prices. We had London buy side residing above here, and we had more buy side right above this high. And we had our 1 hour point of interest being this 1 hour bearish fair value gap. I wanted to see exactly that. I didn't know that we had 8:30 news, and like 10-20 seconds prior to the 8:30 news, I checked Forex Factory and I saw, oops, we had news. But yeah, then I decided to stick to my analysis. Doesn't matter. And if it's not FOMC or NFP, most of the time it's correct, because it's already manipulated. They already priced in the news with this move to the downside to pick up some more stops to pump it up into buy side. So this just brings to show how, of course, it's important to be aware of news. But if it's just a not that relevant news event, it's simple. Played out very well. Here this trade, and this led to my $1,000 profit on this new 150k account. Got in filled down here one more time, and we pushed up. Right now we're stuck between two PD arrays. We had this 5-minute bearish market structure shift at the high of the day. Here we had this 15-minute bullish market structure shift, or also 5. So we have a breaker block right here and a breaker block right here between two PD arrays, the sandwich. We talked about that already. We could continue lower, we could continue higher. And then we also have this divergence with NQ. NQ made a higher high, 9:35, 10 a.m. And if we go over to ES, we see 9:30, 9:45, or 10 lower lower high, so yeah, really not that interesting. So let's see if we can break through the breaker block or the 830 open. This is the 830 open. Once again we hold. Getting sick of that. Yeah, but it's what we can expect for that first hour after the open, after having a pretty big range day. Asia high to Asia low already 20 points. London low to London high, 27 points. And then we had 830 news, we had this pump up. We took out all important buy side liquidity that has been put in place. Buy side liquidity, 1 hour bearish fair value gap, previous day's high. Yeah. Tough one. Still inside that sandwich. Of course, if you just look for a couple of handles, we could also try scalping the 1 minute. So let's not remove all the drawings. I want to keep the weekly on. Let's get rid of this breaker block. And just do some low time frame scalping. This is not financial advice. I'm only executing on my paper trading account down here. I secured my profits for today. Unless you guys have any questions that you would like me to answer for these last 5 minutes for the stream, I'm going to do some quick 1 minute. I would even look at this 1 minute chart here. Let me quickly map out sell side. We have sell side below this low, below these equal lows. We have SMT within Q. Keep in mind, this is inside a higher time frame breaker block. We closed right at the low. If we would have closed below, I would have been inclined to take a short, but let's see. 15. Going to close in 7.5. 4 hour. The 4 hour bullish fair value gap would be down here. 4 hour candles looking pretty bearish. 1 hour time frame. Pump and dump. Or is it going towards support on this order block? Only time will tell. 15 minute. 5 minute. Closing in 2 minutes. 1 minute. Swap the sell side. Close below. Kept holding resistance. We closed back below the new week opening gap. Bearish fair value gap. Repriced. We delivered lower from here. So now we swept that 830 low. It's gone too. We have SMT divergence at the highs. Between the S and NQ. Let's check the 5 minute, wait for this candle to close. 1.5 minutes. Next sell side for me would be down here. But we would have to get past this order block. But seems to me like we're pretty bearish now. After all this consolidation in here, shorts are winning the upper hand. Let's see if we can jump in somewhere if we leave behind a nice inefficiency on the 1 minute. That's our order block, bullish order block. We have a few unfilled inefficiencies here as well. Let's see. After 50 minutes of job since the New York Open, we are starting to get a move. Bullish volume imbalance. If we would have had a bearish one, would have considered to enter. We're now inside this 5-minute bullish fair value gap paired with this order block on the 1 minute. I think this should be the draw on liquidity. This low at 8 AM, an hourly low as well. Now we had a valid short YouTube model or 2022 setup. High, low, higher high, lower low theoretically, but we didn't close below the most recent lower low. Higher high at 9:30. We displace, we shift market structure right here. This is our bearish market structure shift. We talked about that earlier in the stream, but we also had a higher time frame bullish market structure shift. So it's was conflicting. That's why I didn't engage. I don't like being stuck between two PD arrays. We could have kept holding here, continue higher. Not clear. But of course, yeah, getting shorts in at the high of the day is usually a good thing to do. Then we had SMT divergence, but we didn't knew that before, that we're gonna have SMT divergence, because if you would have taken this short, you would have likely looked for a bearish fair value gap in discount for shorts above the 50%, which would be right here. We got our fill, we place our entry right here. Now a stop just above this high. Let's use a 5-point stop. We target sell side. We would have already secured 10 handles. But risky. This way could have easily stopped us out. So now we retraced into this discount. We didn't hit the full target, which would have been this low, and sort of also would have confirmed seek and destroy conditions. We go low, sweep high, sweep low. Let's see if we can hold resistance on that 8:30 level. 1 minute time frame. What's the time? It's 10:26. We ignored this bearish fair value gap. We went inside this bearish fair value gap right here now. 3 minute. 5 minute. We tapped inside of the 5-minute bullish one, paired with the order block. But I don't think that all this was a very deep retracement to fill the lowest discount. I think we actually want to target this low. And the 1 minute's lining up with that. It just didn't hit my entry at the 8:30. But short anywhere from here would have been fine. Let's see if we can get 5 points from here. This is a 5-minute bullish fair value gap. But we're starting to get a rejection, so now I'm going to watch the 5-minute chart to see if we're also going to close bearish and maybe even below this bullish fair value gap. But this would be the high resistance part. We're now inside the order block, bullish fair value gap, low of the range, so going short below right here, 50% of our current dealing range from low to high. Below 50% going short. Not the best opportunities. Going long below the 50%, yes. But short, no. We already rebalanced this bearish candle. So what do I mean by rebalance? Right here we had the potential for a bearish fair value gap. If we say, let's say for example, the wick didn't already fill or reprice, deliver this candle efficiently, we could have potentially have a 5-minute bearish fair value gap, but price already pushed up to the low of this previous candle, so we do not get that. Let's see, 2, 1, we open up with a bullish volume imbalance. Not the best sign for the short that I entered based on the 1 minute. But let's see. So if we would have had a bearish fair value gap right here, right now, we could have entered short based on that with our drawn liquidity. I'm not a fan of going long down here, even though we have that order block. We move from external to internal liquidity, and for me to complete this entire move to the downside, we have to take at least this 8 AM low, in my opinion. So we will see how that plays out. 15-minute candle also closed, so we just got a new 15-minute candle opening, which is what is also interesting is that we kept holding this 15-minute bullish fair value gap. We repriced lower. Let's say we might continue to push up. Oh, tough day. The setup was really easy this long with the 8:30 news. We had a 15-minute bullish fair value gap. We ticked into that. If you want to see that live execution, to know that I'm not just talking bullshit. I'm not sure if you can rewind back on this current live stream. I would have to end this live stream before that. But yeah, no, it's all here on the stream if you go back to the beginning. Was it here? Yeah, right here's where we got filled. Bullish fair value gap. Then we had this pump up at 8:30. I got rid of my last buy limit. Still running in profit. That's exactly that setup. Three-minute, 2-minute, 1-minute. Yeah, still conflicting. You could now frame a long while framing a short, like we did before. I was favoring the sell side. It could be a deep retracement to continue back up. Let me quickly check NQ. NQ also retrace and now is pushing back up. But you can see that clear difference after the open compared to S and NQ. A new break-in structure. No, I'm not a fan of this short right now, but we're already in. Let's see, if we close back above the 8:30, I'm going to cancel this position. And I'm also going to end the stream after. If we close above, I'm taking my dog for a walk. It's Friday, it's the end of the week. There are better things to do than being glued onto a chart that doesn't look very good. We had a pretty good trading week. the Scalper Pro strategy performed really well. We are up 7R. And yeah, today we also already secured some profits. We had a nice clean London trend. Hard to not catch like 2 or 3 points out of this entire move. Market structure shift, breaker block, bullish fair value gap right before 2 a.m. beginning of the kill zone. Right here we have it. Close above, open with bullish volume imbalance. This invalidates the entire idea of continuing to go short. This would right now be almost more of a buy to me, but it's switching too frequently for my liking. I don't like it. Too many conflicting things up here. I would like to see higher prices for ES to catch up with NQ, because NQ already took out Friday's high and the high of the week, which was Monday. Right now we are sandwiching between PD arrays. Alright guys, as hard as it is, I have to end the stream here. I take my dog for a walk, and we do get that rejection. Also typical for Fridays, for PD arrays and volume imbalances not to be respected very well most of the time. 15-minute. Yeah, no, that's gonna be it for me. Unless someone else is asking a NQ looks head and shoulders. Let me check that quickly. We could also, that's what the 830 short was framed upon, but now we can already see we can also frame kinda of a long trade, but left shoulder, head, right shoulder for the continuation lower. This would still be my draw on liquidity. This is my point of interest. Let me check NQ quickly. Go to the 5. NQ looks cleaner, because here we have that left shoulder. We swept all that buy side. We have a bearish fair value gap. Yeah, perfect. I like that chart more than anything I see on the ES chart. And why else? Of course, it's been pretty bullish today, but we also have a confirmed market structure shift here. We close below this low on the 5-minute time frame. MSS bearish. Relatively speaking, we are up high. We cleared Friday's high and we cleared Monday's high. We didn't do that on ES. Another good reason to favor NQ shorts over ES shorts. We could be forming, like FL Trader said, a potential head and shoulders setup, which in the end of the day is the 2022 model. No major difference between the two. So here we have our bearish fair value gap. Invalidation would come if we close above. Because right here, this could be a liquidity grab after going for external buy side, returning for internal sell side, to continue into external, or to continue to deliver into more internal, which would be down here at this low, at this low, at this low, and at the Asian sell side. But yeah, good spot. 3-minute, let's watch the 1-minute. Here we just went sideways prior to the 9:30 opening. This entire range here. But yeah, if I would continue to trade, I would favor NQ, because ES really isn't that clean. The only idea that came to my mind was to short the 830 level for kind of a head and shoulder setup, but I mean, yeah, it played out. I just cut some risk because I didn't like the 5-minute bullish volume imbalance. It's just too messy overall. I don't like it. It's the end of the week. We had a tough trading week. Why not just call it a week? If you're in profit already, Friday should always only be about capital preservation. Especially if you made profit. You don't want to give that away. That's going to have a very big impact on the coming trading week as well. Because if you're in profit and you give it all away on Friday, of course you have Saturday and Sunday to think about it, but you're still gonna have that emotional baggage that you carry around with yourself for the entire weekend and the coming trading week. And next trading week, we're gonna have red folder news on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So yeah, if you made profit this week, just be content with, even if it's just $50, who cares? Like, end the week in green, and it in profit instead of forcing something here. Here on the 5-minute, we close above the 830 level, open up with a bullish volume imbalance, close back below. It's ugly as hell. Maybe I come back and I see a very clean setup that already presented itself inside of this area, but overall, on the bigger picture, FL trade, I couldn't agree more. If I come back, I likely see a right shoulder being formed here for the continuation lower, back inside of a discount of the entire daily range. So we're either going to see a head and shoulders right here, with this being the fake pump, but then I would prefer NQ here because it already cleared all the buy side liquidity that he has failed to clear this week. We have this bearish fair value gap on the 5-minute. We have sell side right here, sell side below the 830, and sell side right here. He has already cleared this low, keep that in mind. So while we have bearish SMT divergence, we also have bullish SMT divergence. It's just too conflicting. If we go to YM, look at YM, YM just dumped, NQ pumped. Yes, sort of stuck in between. So that's marking the end for me. If you guys continue to trade, make sure to, manage your risk well. It's the end of the week, end of the month, end of the quarter. Play it safe. Don't force anything. And that's going to be it. If you want to see the executions at the beginning of the stream, just, skip back right here around minute 2:11. I took the 8:30 news long setup right here. No, not here. Right here. This long. After the market structure shift, I got filled on the 8:30 candle actually. And yeah, we pumped up, securing my profit for the day. That's done. I don't like how we play around here. I still favor shorts, really, but like I said, it would be NQ for me. I'm gonna leave this paper trade running, placing my stop loss above the high right here, and my take profit target is gonna be the sell side at 8 AM for a potential head and shoulder setup, but still 250-50 for me. Alright guys, thanks very much for joining me on this YouTube live stream. I'm not banned on Discord anymore, so if there's anything I spot when I come back, I will share it on Discord. For everyone that isn't on Discord yet, make sure to join. The link for that is in the description below. Also make sure that maybe if you want to grab another funded account, Apex has a 90% off discount. Yesterday during the Discord live stream, that's hilarious, I said, okay, the Apex 80% discount is going to end in a couple of hours. And everyone who listened in or joined in yesterday maybe remembers I said I'm 99% sure that Apex is coming up with some reason to extend that 80% sale. So I was kind of right. They extended it and they even added 10% more discount. So that's nice. For 1 week, it's their business model. It clearly works. Once on their Facebook group, I saw one trader who's already at Apex account 115 or something. Funny. But if you like manage your risk well and you don't gamble, you do your risk management, you only enter when there's a clear trend, and not in like crap like this today, for example, everything since 9:30, then you're fine. But if you treat them like a lottery ticket, you blow. Impatience to victory will guarantee defeat. And that's gonna be the end for the stream. Trade safe, enjoy your weekend, that's most important, and I will see you back next week for a major red news trading week from Monday until Friday. Alright guys, take care and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.